What is counseling? Well, I like to think that it's looking at the whole person as well. A lot of times people are dealing with stress and things that make them sad, a history, maybe of trauma or losing people, grief, all kinds of things that have really created a block where you are in your life. Maybe you're not dealing with it very well, or maybe you just need some skills, practice coping tools to work on it a little bit better. But I loved everything you said. In counseling, I like to look at the whole person and deal with some of that stuff. And it could be a sense of a decrease in spirituality. It could be unhealthy eating, poor sleep habits, but all of these things are affected by the stresses and the history of things that are affecting you, that create that baggage, that create that wall, that thing that makes you stuck. So counseling is a really good way to address some of that stuff, and it could be for anyone really. A lot of times we're dealing with stage of change in our lives, and that could be from aging, that could be from dealing with elderly parents, it could be from dealing with our kids leaving the home, or eventually going off to college or moving out, getting married, whatever it is, the empty nester syndrome. Or it could just be from stuff that you've lived with in your past, previous experiences in your childhood, whatever. So counseling is a good way to come in and kind of look at that stuff and kind of unpack and process out some of the things that are affecting you that may be blocking you from moving forward. And we can do that in a variety of ways. There's, one-on-one, come in and talk to me or another counselor and talk about some of that stuff. But, we can look at couples, we can look at your relationships and bring everybody in, the family, the kids, however it works. Another way is to deal with what's affecting you through group therapy, which is really great. It's another way of mirroring some of the things you're experiencing with other people and hearing what their experiences are and kind of normalizing and working through that, gaining really strong insight, getting some feedback and hearing what they're going through, really learning that you're not alone. How does it work? Well, we could do a lot of different things. I said an individual, we could bring in your partner, bring in all of your people and talk about it. But essentially it's, we talk about it. We can there are different avenues to do this. There's art, music, movement. I mean, we've talked about yoga a little bit, and there are other different energies that we can look at, when we're looking at the whole body. Behavior therapy. So counseling can happen however it works for you, and I encourage that. That's really important. Is there's no right or wrong way to process out and work on what's affecting you. The goal is to get moving forward again, get rid of some of those blocks, some of that baggage, and reintegrate what it means to you and talk about it. Mixing it with air. We always say, let's mix it with air. It becomes lighter. You lighten that load, and then maybe put in some of the other stuff that works. I love the idea of yoga and meditation and practicing mindfulness and practicing breathing. These are all things that we can do every day that really take some of that stress and anxiety away. And right now, I think we're living in an environment where we don't know what's coming every day. We don't know what kind of changes are going to be happening and affecting our life. So I think that's really important to have those tools to always be able to pull out and use them. And what better way to do that than by talking with another person or talking with a group of people or with your partner and developing some of that stuff and enhancing the skills that you probably already have. Because eventually in the long run, the benefits of this are you've got great communication skills. You learn how to talk about it better. You can really get inside, turn inward, and look at some of the things that are affecting you And it's not so bad. We don't have to cover that stuff up. We can really, it's not wrong. We can talk about that. And so you get great communication skills. And with that, when you have a better sense of communication, you automatically create a sense of control. You can kind of create, you have better control over your environment and your relationships, and you can talk through that and let people know what you need and what you don't need. But also, better sleep, better health all around. Your blood pressure comes down. You more motivation, more energy, better sense of self, better sense of you're a good person. We are generally good people, and we want better things for our lives, and you do that by developing these skills. So I'm happy to talk to you about that more.